Damn it.
King, get that shit again. Get that shit again.
Hey,
I don't got a shoot, I got shooters. I know I'm cooler than the cooler. I know this way you keep your alcohol. I know that I'm out the bar. All of my niggas is savages. Mean up the phone like some scavengers. I know that them fly, I got passengers. I love Jesus Christ and Bible passages. My girl so fly, she have a Merlin. She love the majesty like Merlin. And the boss like a Laker, Irvin. Should've kept it clean like this detergent. Shit, I done let the cat up out the bag. I get naked and let the dick out the sack. Let it breathe, get some air. Baby, please, I'm already there. Decadent creamery everywhere. I represent me, it's a love affair. Smelling the trees, it's a buzzing here. Carry down with the team if you weren't prepared. Hey, this is my style. I do it to get some attention. Hey, the crowd going wild, so I guess I'ma keep on spitting. Nigga, I borrowed your style, but you won't get no honorable mention. I'm rocking it better than you. I'm making retire, no pension. I just get the bread at the food. Apply sandwich spread and make it smooth. A movement gon' move, that's the move. The only option not to lose. Hey, never been scared, you ain't prepared. I ain't sorry. Your breezy clearly walked the ass over here. I ain't sorry. Mad cause you think I ran out with your beer. I ain't sorry. You tripping cause you think I stole your career. I ain't sorry. Hey, you ain't feeling me, no apologies. I ain't sorry. Hey, sorry not sorry. Hey, I ain't sorry. I don't even feel that bad, my nigga. I ain't sorry. Give no fucks about your ass, my nigga. I ain't sorry. You got options, nigga, choose. We keep it popping like a tool. Or your bitch pussy hole in my crew. Colder than the ice under a luge. I'm whipping the wheel and I come for the deals. Collective cartel in the building still. Y'all popping the pills. Ask your girl how it feel with my cock in the grill when I drill for real. Chopper numbers on the bill still. Cause she wanna stack high to sell a wheel. For we're killing shit, bet to kill a meal. Crash your window up a building when it's real. As real as it gets off the real to real. But we don't fuck with that, it's all digital. My cash always max, never in the mill. I put that on the max and it tracks a bill. Northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast. I'm a beast. Federal indictments for the rap sheets. For the rhyming, you know they can catch me. You can catch me all up in the pursuit. Cause it's my time, my nigga, I done pay dues. They watch my movements and study how I move. But I'm out there doing like none of these dudes. Hey, having to do it for self. Hey, nigga always on his grind. Hey, have to keep me get their job. Hey, never having enough time. Wait, but I ain't gonna never stop. Hey, running hours in my mind. Hey, passionate about this rap. Hey, I ain't sorry, I ain't lying. Hey, never been scared, you ain't prepared.
I ain't sorry.
Your breezy clearly walked the ass over here.
I ain't sorry. You know what's funny is as I was what's funny is as I was getting the last of my typing and stuff done. As I was getting the last of my typing done, I was looking at the clock and I was like, man, you should have had all this done. And then I was like, you should apologize to people. But in my headphone, I got Rajim, the Black Bishop, my guy, just going, I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry. Look, the YouTube threat, eye cracking. Yeah, I'm dumb. People always go, whenever I say I'm dumb, people always go, don't talk to yourself like that. Like, trust me. I am not going to suddenly get dumb because no, the way you talk to yourself, it just reinforces negativity. Yeah, well, that might be the case with you numbskulls. But there's no chance of that. There's no chance of that happening to me today, at least. Maybe when I'm old and tiptoeing the lines between Alzheimer's and whatever, I might not want to be like, I'm dumb as shit and I'm losing my fucking mind. Sorry, church kids. Like, I'll still be saying that when I'll probably be talking like that in just a couple of years, actually. The ear hair is growing like it was Hilo. We got ear hair in rainforest proportions. Man, it's loud as shit too. Like you could just find a little. Man, look, I stay up on my grooming, so you're not really gonna catch me with a lot. But if you find me like in the jungle or something for a while, and then I come out the jungle, yo, the ninja like that too. Yo, if you hang out with Ryan in the jungle, his eyebrows will get a little squirrely, right? And then he'll just have one eyebrow that's like staring at you, or he's trying to talk like, "Hey, G, I can either talk to you or I can talk to that piece of your eyebrow that's just like pointing right at me." Okay, my bad. I know nobody cared about that story. I got way better stories and a little bit of gossip today, a little bit of news like we always do. So that way we can still put ourselves in the daily news category. Look, I don't just talk about news just to talk about news, like just for the sake of talking about news, right? But when it says that like we're like a daily news program, you can get that daily news crap anywhere, right? We're like a news resource. Like if there's a news story that needs to be talked about, we'll cover it, and we'll cover it in a way that nobody else is, because nobody else has the perspective, right? Like, bro, how many rooms have you been in where you had to set your gun on the table to have a conversation? How many people have you just said, "I don't believe anything you're saying," and you just punched them in the goddamn face, right? So there's like a perspective that you gain from just being a hard ass fucking dude, right? Just running the streets being a G, right? You pick up a lot. Plus, think about this. As a rapper, you are already paid to articulate the voice of the streets, right? You already are tasked to aggregate all the information that you're bringing in and rhyme it. Like, you're not. You telling me Wolf Blitzer doesn't drop writtens? You telling me Wolf Blitzer, if you just unplug, man, you ever see these dudes, man? You ever seen Conan O'Brien after the pandemic? Conan O'Brien would just tell a joke and nobody would laugh because there's nobody there. And I was like, how's it effing feel, Conan? You son of a bitch. How does it feel? You ain't got no laugh track. You just in your house. Nobody's laughing. All right, Jimmy Fallon, I see you. So I said all that to say this, that we are still a daily news program. So if you're listening to us on a podcast service, or if you listen to us at night on one of our syndicated radio stations, go leave us a review. Go write a tweet to the station manager at the radio station and be like, "Hey, man, I appreciate you putting this dude on. I'm picking up what he's putting down. I appreciate you." Do that, right? Do that. Tell them you like me. Yo, it doesn't do any good if you tell them you don't like me, because that's part of the package, right? If you don't like me, no doubt. Okay, so look, if I didn't say it already, this is Coffee and Bonghits. I'm Jessie Sponberg, and I'm going to do you a favor right now. I've known this since I was a much younger man, but I know that you guys never believe anything I tell you as an authentic news resource myself, right? When I tell you something, when I tell people a scoop, they're like, "What's your source?" The fuck you mean, what's my source? How do you know that? And what do you mean, how do I know that? Because I'm smart. Yeah, do you have a link? A link to what? Reality? A link to critical thinking and perspective? Do I have a link for critical thinking and perspective? Well, guess what? Today, I'm going to solve one of your longest biblical mysteries for you. Someday I should just have a show. I just tell you all the secrets that are in the Bible, because a lot of you stay dumb. And I'll tell you why you stay dumb in a little bit. But the first, I want to tell you stay dumb because you watch too much TV. But reading the Bible doesn't exactly prepare you for the real world either. So it's not an either or, right? So let me just tell you real quick. This is what I'm really excited to tell you about. Noah's Ark, right? So damn, it's an itchy beard day. Man, I even shampooed the shit out of my beard this morning because it's easier than shaving. Okay, so Noah's Ark. People are like, yo, man, how did Noah fit all those animals on a boat? How did they not fight? How did they clean up all their poop? I mean, certainly if you got an elephant taking giant dumps. What's up, Heather? I see you, son. Oh, man. Look, what's up, Heather? What's up, Marty, Fenda, Adam? Tiff B's in the house. What? Tiff B is in the house. Vic in the house. One time, Idaho is in the house. Marty, Fenda, Aaron. I see everybody. It's popping. Look, you should be watching this on YouTube, though. That's where the party is. Hopefully this week the party was supposed to be on the website. We'll get it worked out, I promise. Thanks to Kristen. So look, here's the news I want to tell you so I can start the damn show. You're like, how did Noah get all of those? How did Noah get all of those on the ark? Well, I want to show you the story. Oh, sorry. I forgot sometimes that people listen to this in audio. I just showed a graphic from Live Science to say scientists want to store the DNA of 6.7 million species on the moon. How you like that, Noah? You son of a bitch. You ain't shit. But doesn't that make a little more sense? Doesn't that make a little bit more sense? That maybe Noah just stored the DNA on the ark? Boom, 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 boom. I got lost. God, see, my fingers are so big that when I have the touch screen, don't worry. One of these days I'll have a producer and they'll do it all. And then I won't even have to stand in front of the computer. Then I'll be able to do this. Watch. Then I'll be able to do this. I just go, hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your smile. I can see it in your computer, right? Then I'll just be full vertical. And I'll wear turtlenecks all day to really go for the elongated look, right? Like, Jessie, your torso is fantastic. Okay, look. So I am going to talk about Ted Wheeler today. For those who don't understand, the politics of Portland, Oregon, because you don't live here and don't care, I swear to God, I don't care either. I swear to God, I don't give a shit. But I do think it's really cool that the mayor of Portland is dating a DJ from Portland. Well, a DJ lives in Portland. Nobody I ever heard of. And I thought I knew every DJ, at least by name, in the city, but I don't. But so there's a DJ, and Ted is dating her, and that's whatever. That's none of my business, man. I know a lot of people who are fucking worse people than Ted Wheeler. But the fact is that Ted Wheeler spends a long day oppressing citizens, performing sweeps, and abusing protesters and refusing to act as the police commissioner, which leads to the loss of lives, specifically Black lives, right? Oh, hey, sorry, guys. Did you know? Sorry, you saw the sweatshirt. Look, even though the one part of the website isn't working, fuck, I forget. You can get gear. I don't look. Just go to the website. Oh, there it is. Look, boom. Make sure you go check out the new designs on Coffee and Bong Hit merch at urbansurvivorman.com/shop. Start the new year with new gear. But even though that's an old, that's an old slogan, you can start the new year with new gear. You can start the new week with a unique, sleek freak on your physique. Wrap around your head and then dress like a chic. Not the iron chic, because it's wrinkly free. Motherfucker don't see no wrinkles on me. Except right there, that was just a ruffle. Fix it up again, match it with my belt buckle. Shimmy, shimmy. All right. Look, hey, I forgot. I got to smoke. You got to smoke. You guys, tell me, what are you smoking this morning? Oh, tell me what you're smoking. Tell me what you're smoking, and I will smoke too. If I get my binger out, I'll smoke one with you. That was crap. But, man, I'm just so happy. It's like Monday. It's sunny. Yo, yesterday I was ready to jump off a cliff, except that I knew that the universe would. Let me tell you what would happen if I would have jumped off a cliff yesterday. It's going to blow your effing mind. Let me take this bong hit before I tell you. And let me remind you guys that our bong hits are brought to you by Binger Glass. Take a fat binger. Yeah, fat binger, man, from Binger Glass Designs. Take this off. Binger Glass Designs on Instagram. When you do shit that's so cool, you don't even need a Facebook or a Twitter. You could just live on Instagram and have a perfectly happy life. Which reminds me, don't forget about Shane McLemore Toys. Also brought to you by Shane McLemore Toys and Custom Action Figures, where you will get kicked off Facebook if anybody catches you playing with them. They're not for kids. They say toys, but they're not for kids. Rationalize that however you want. You can find Shane McLemore Toys on Etsy, eBay, and Instagram. Just not on the Facebook, because that's where little babies hang out. What about? Okay, let me take this hit, and then I'll tell you what would happen if I jumped off a cliff. Hold on. Fuck. We got 2 rules on this show. Yo, first person that types out one of the 2 rules gets a $20 gift certificate to the online store. First person to type out one of the 2 rules, or both of the 2 rules. I'll literally send you a promo code. You go to the website, it'll give you $20 voucher. Holy shit. Okay, if I was to jump off a cliff inside the aquarium, my spirit would step outside of the aquarium while my body is like falling, right? My spirit would, boom. Marty's the first one to get them both. Marty. Now it's a fucking party. I would step outside the aquarium and I would exist in the fish store. And then we would go back in time, because time doesn't work like that, right? And we would just plug in 2 characters. Bloop, bloop. Drop one of them in like 1960 and one of them in like 1980. And those dudes would have entire lives, and they would have families, and they would have dreams, and they would have goals, and they would have ambitions and neighbors and trophies and ties hanging in their closets that they got on Father's Day, right? But they don't really exist. They're only part of the matrix. They're only part of the machine. They only exist to serve as benefits or impediments, right? Damn, I never said that before. They only exist to just complement your experience, right? In fact, I'm one of those things in your reality. Like Jesse Sponberg isn't real. Jesse Sponberg is just a concept. He was literally just born so that when you turned on your computer today and said, I need to hear a particular message, I was there, right? I don't know how it works, man. I just see it as an observer, and I understand that there's only certain ways it can work. You know, sometimes you'll see on Facebook they have a story. Sometimes on Facebook they have a story that says 1 billion profiles removed from Facebook, or 500 million profiles, or some outlandish number where you're like, oh my God, that's like half the population of whatever, right? Go to some geographically comparable location and then just make that statement with the same enthusiasm I did, though. All right, if you're gonna steal my shit, you gotta sell it, right? But check it out. The role of Jesse Sponberg is no different than the role of Danny DeVito in the movie Twins, or the role of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Twins, right? Like Jesse Sponberg is just a video game, just a character in a role-playing game, just a custom player that is made, right? Using a template and deciding like, okay, what kind of character do I want? And then you just fill out your little form like it was a game of Madden or NBA Live 95 or whatever. And you're like, all right, his jump shot's at 82. My character got the fire mouth, right? Like you only get a certain number of attributes depending on how many times you reincarnate, right? Like as your experience level goes up, so does the modifier for whatever dice you're trying to roll, right? Like, okay, your character, like insert your name right here because I'm bouncing around, right? You got to stay with me. So don't get caught up on whether we're in first person or third person or omnipotent, right? Because we're jumping in and out of the aquarium. Okay. You feel me? Sometimes we're talking about being in the aquarium and sometimes we're talking about outside the aquarium. So I'm falling to the earth. Boom, we go back 50 years in time. We go back 30 years in time. Two separate dudes are born. They live their whole lives. What do they grow up to be? Furniture movers. That's so crazy. The furniture movers. Well, where does their destinies have them? Like there's no way that you could possibly predict all the twists and turns that would happen in someone's life going forward, right? You can't predict everything. And even looking back, you're like, wow, what a complete random set of circumstances brought me to insert geographic location, right? Or not even geographic location. Like it could be a three-dimensional or multi-dimensional or quantum point in the universe, right? It doesn't have to be an X on a two-dimensional map. It doesn't have to be a pair of feet on a three-dimensional map, right? It doesn't even have to be like a concept on a fourth-dimensional map. It could be so multi-dimensional, just shooting out like when you do DMT and you see writing, but the writing is like diagonal and it goes like through the air, right? You don't see it like left to right. Like not even everybody on planet Earth reads left to right. Some people read right to left, right? Okay, so back into the aquarium. I'm falling. Boo! Back out of the aquarium. Okay, these dudes have been born. These chess pieces have been put here. The Rubik's Cube now moves so that all the mechanisms fit back together. And then unpause, refresh the story. Those two dudes who were furniture movers have now moved the couch by the most random of coincidences, man. If that lady's husband hadn't gotten a flat tire last week, their kid wouldn't have stayed home from school. And because the kid stayed home from school, they got another letter from the teacher. And only because they got the letter from the teacher was the mom not there on Tuesday to get the delivery. That couch was supposed to be delivered on Tuesday, but it wasn't delivered on Tuesday. How crazy is that? It showed up on a Wednesday. A Wednesday. Right at the exact time I decided to jump off a cliff. Now, it doesn't always have to be a cliff that we're talking about, right? It could just be It could be somebody letting you in traffic, somebody opening a door for you, the checker at the grocery store with the dull eyes. You can't see these dull-eyed people. You can't tell the difference. You can't tell when you meet somebody and you engage in an energetic exchange of some sort. You can't tell if that experience feels like ringing a bell or does it feel like punching a couch cushion, right? I don't know. Maybe that's a stupid metaphor, but I'm feeling myself, man. Yesterday I was really aching bad for no reason either. Like, what are you mad for? Like, I'm bored. Like, go do something. Motherfucker, I'm not a fourth grader. Don't tell me that. I just really feel that something really, really big, like really big, Godzilla style, Hanford meltdown. Hey, check it out. Raise your hand if right now you are no better prepared to handle the shutting down of the stores than you were a year ago. You know, 80% of the country still isn't vaccinated. And everybody's just partying. But it doesn't matter because when you close the laptop, you turn off the video game, you close the book, you put all the monkeys back in the barrel. Man, what kind of madness is that? Oh, man. It's got to be something, yo. We get so many warnings. We get so many warnings, but like a wobble can only wobble before it becomes a flip, right? Damn, I was just doing drunken monkey style on them. Drunken monkey style. Who taught you your kung fu? My father. Oh, yeah? I wouldn't pay your father to wipe my ass. Yo, check it out, you guys. This is Coffee and Bong Hits. I'm on one, man, but I don't know what you came for. If you wanted to hear somebody regurgitate a take from Facebook that you read 100 times, you just want to hear it in my voice or my particular vernacular or my delivery style, then I guess I could say, and the migrant crisis at the border is at an all-time breaking point today as 4,000. Nah, what did I tell you? I told you they're trying to put DNA. They're trying to put DNA on. They're trying to put DNA on the moon. I'm gonna tell you something else before I go on the Red Panda, man. You know what? I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna be the bigger person, man. I'll be the bigger person, man. I'll be the bigger person, man. I'm gonna be the bigger person, man. Just push the fucking button, Jessie. Ooh, shit, man. I swear to God. I think I'm going to start a show on Patreon where I don't have to bite my tongue. I swear to God. Okay, look. Sorry, man. If you were listening to this on a podcast right now, please continue to do so. I will be playing the halftime entertainment, which is Red Panda. All you will hear in the audio version, if you're listening on Gun Music Radio or the 5XL or one of our other stations that the 5 runs out of, or your Roku device or a podcast device or your iTunes or your iHeartRadio or your Pandora or your Stitcher. Holy shit, you guys, we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Look, the machine's not even built. The machine's not even built. Coffee and Bonghits is just a tiny little life preserver that I'm swimming in the ocean with while I'm building a battleship by myself. This is Coffee and Bonghits. I am Jessie Sponberg. You are about to check out Red Panda. Wait for the 4 tinks, and then the crowd to go wild. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Yeah. Have you ever seen a person that's so thankful that they try to say glory, 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 glory? They try to say glory, 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 glory so fast, just sounds just like click, 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 click. And you're like, what the hell just happened to you? You just turned into a turkey. But yeah, glory, 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 glory. Try it. It's like this weird ecstatic. It's like this weird ecstatic relief thing. I don't get it. Yo, the homegirl Heather last night told me what I was missing in my life full of malaise. Because man, I'm hella malaisey. You know what? All I want to do is live in a world where I could just kung fu fight motherfuckers every day with dope ass weapons and just dope ass dialogue. I don't want to sit on the sidelines and watch life pass me by like an old ass person, or like the sick kid who can't run laps in PE, so he gets a note from his mom. I don't want to be the guy that got the tickets to the Tournament of Americas through the YMCA and only got to see freaking Oscar Schmidt in Brazil instead of the Dream Team, and trying to hold on to the fact that Oscar Schmidt was the all-time leading scorer in Olympic history, right? Bro, don't make consolation victories, right? Don't give yourself participation trophies. Get out there, yo. Go. But here's the thing. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. They said go. Don't get participation trophies, right? Man, I don't. I really participate. I don't get participation trophies, yo. I really participate. Oh man. Okay. Look. So it is 10:35, and everybody knows. Well, everybody should know. If you don't know, you do now. Man, it's like that verse in the Bible when the dude said, "Fear not God, but consider all the great things He's done in your life. And if you still do wicked, He will smite you and your kings." And then you're like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Why did you tell me that, right? Like, once you gave me the consideration, now you just doomed me. You just told me, consider all the great things God has done in your life. And if you still do wicked, he will smash you and your kings. That's some hardcore shit, right? Yo, speaking of kings, man, I think my homies should drink Coronas. It's 10:35. It's brought to you by mealexchange.com. Sorry, I'm producing and hosting. We're still building the battleship while floating on the inner tube, right? Don't forget, this show is just the inner tube. There's a whole freaking armada coming. There's a whole armada coming as soon as we figure out the tiny kind details, bro. That's it. Okay, look, let's run into this. Look, we're gonna bring in Dirty Digital. But it's 10:35, so we're going in with my homies, man. Louis Blunts and Maldito Villa. This is Pro Mex. I love this song, man. I know we played this last month, and you're like, Jesse, how come you ain't played my video yet? And you play, and you seem to play Maldito Villa like every 2 weeks. Because I really like Maldito Villa, and I don't even know you, homie. So, don't start asking me in 2021 what opportunities are when it's give back time, right? Like I'm in a position right now to help the people that have helped me get to where I am. I don't owe nobody nothing, man. But I will sell you a sweatshirt if you want to represent. I'll see you on the block. Maybe I will extend Piece of the Machine to you, right? Go to urbansurvivorman.com/shop. Start the new year with new gear, or start the new week with some new freak on your physique. Or wrap around your head and look like a sheik. That's the slogan for the store. Yo, Dirty Digital is in the house. We ain't even bringing his mic on. He's just hanging out. This is Maldito Villa and Louis Blanc, Pro Mexican. All coffee and bonghits, I forgot to say, at 10:35.
I'm pro-Mexican, don't need to say excessively. Cold brown, pro-brown, fuck white supremacy. Bald-headed crosshairs, number one enemy. From a different kennel, we don't share the same pedigree. Ha! It's Mr. Cole Brown. Mr. Hit me up if you need some dope sound. Mr. Aztec and 13 Heavens. This land has been stolen, but it's time for repossession. Let's go and let the cities burn. Take it Spain out of Mexico, but don't let it return. I'm like an axe with a double edge. Either way I go, man, I'm taking off some heads. And I was bred to never fly your flag. That would be a smack to the face of my dad. I'm pro-gas if it comes to the thing. This is self-preservation and I'm banging pro-gas. Do you dig it? Do you dig it? Homie, are you with it? Homie, are you with it? No more and no less. No more, no less. Tell me, are you pro-mad? Are you pro-mad? Nah, do you dig it? Do you dig it? Home girl, are you with it? That's right, you with it? No more and no less. Come on now. Tell me, are you pro-mad? All day.
I'm pro-brown, I'm pro-mex, I'm pro-kick the ball down, fuck the president. I'm pro-get that motherfucker and put him in a box with his right hand, man. Get that motherfucker got. Let the laws come and get me for the shit that I say and hope it starts a new chapter. Zapatistas in the States. I'm pro-brown, I'm pro-mex. I'm not American, cause I'm Mexican made. I'm not American, I'm not treated the same. I'm pro-kick the wall down like a boot to your chest. An unbeliever spits bars and you know it's pro-mex. From the beginning of the last decade, from the first rhymes I wrote to the ones today, I'm pro-brown. From the morning to the night, from the night to the morning, in the dark and in the light. I'm pro-brown, I'm pro-mex, I'm pro-kick the wall down like a sacrificed head.
Do you dig it? Do you dig it? Homie, are you with it? Homie, are you with it? No more and no less. No more, no less. Tell me, are you pro-mad? Are you pro-mad? Nah, do you dig it? Do you dig it? Home girl, are you with it? That's right, you with it? No more and no less. Come on now. Tell me, are you pro-mad? All day. Can you dig it? are you with it? No more and no less. Tell me, are you pro-mix? Yeah. Fuck the other side. Represent.
Man, this show is so dope. They was like, Jesse, what is your show gonna be like? I'd be like, well, I'll just get really high, and then when I think of something, I'll just bring it up on YouTube. like I'll just whatever the fuck I'm thinking about, I could just be like, oh, let's explain what I'm talking about. Hold on, watch this. Put his friend in the no, look. So you guys know this frog? Hold on, watch.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my rag, my gal. Lend me a kiss, my one. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh,
Here's a good question.
and tell me I'm your own.
This is really important. I just bring this up.
Everybody likes the Michigan rag. Every name and chain and root, pump, romp, pump the Michigan, jump, pump the Michigan rag. That
The hell's a Michigan rag?
I don't know. Hold on. Everybody does the what is it? The Michigan rag?
The Michigan rag.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm about to tell you.
We got that's figure 8.
Oh, hold on. All right.
Yeah,
That's funny. It's a real thing. Hold on. I'm about to bring it to you. Hold on. Remember, this is a news show, right?
Oh, I'm excited about this. The Michigan rag uncovered.
Yeah, this is the real journalism shit.
Michigan J Frog. So he's got his own dance. Dude, he might have been the original TikToker.
All right, look, everybody do the Michigan. Everybody likes the Michigan. Right. So first I'm not gonna sing it like the frog, but it's Frog J Michigan.
The Michigan rag.
They're all walking to Duluth. That love and rag.
That's what I love about these old time songs is they had so much like culture in it. Like what is walking to Duluth? What's the Michigan rag? Like where's just
Duluth?
Shrouded in mystery. I know there's Duluth Trading Company, which is a like Carhartt, basically. So Duluth must be somewhere where hard-working people are. And I'll tell you what, Michigan used to be, Michigan, Detroit, rock steady, steel.
Bro, you think this is a show full of dumb people? It's in Minnesota. I Googled it while we were pretending not to know it. I was already Googling it, so we were ahead of the game.
From Michigan to Minnesota. They're walking to Duluth.
Maybe it's a ferry.
Doing the Michigan rag.
Now I have to ask.
Duluth. Sounds like a dope song. We're probably running drugs and girls. That's what all that stuff was about. Prohibition times.
Anyways,
real quick, my favorite thing about that frog is from the Chappelle Show. Remember that? When he made the funny version of the frog and then everybody started booing him and he's all, what? I can make fun of everything else except for that frog? He's all, fuck that fucking frog. Every time I see that frog, I just go, fuck that fucking frog.
Hey, so here's an important thing about that frog, man.
Sorry, church kids.
What do you think that fuck off, church kids? It's late in the game. If they're wasted their whole day soaking up this bad influence. Here's the question: is What do you think that cartoon is about?
Like I said, all of it was bootleg stuff. This is all prohibitionary stuff, man.
No, so check this out. Check this out. That cartoon is about a frog, a singing frog, right? Bro, that frog don't sing. The frog never sung.
Is it like Milli Vanilli?
Like the dude was perpetuating a gigantic lie that only existed in his head. But when confronted with a real person, the real person was like, you fucking insane, you fucking lunatic, right? But everybody's like, hey, it's the story of a frog that was faking this dude out. Man, this world has so much to learn. We just live this collective lie. Right? Just this collective copycat life, man. We just absorb what we're told to absorb and do what we're told to consume and obey and purchase and follow and man, you know, a dude asked me last night, he's like, I know you watched the Tiger King. I was like, man, dude, like, no, but I met those tigers. Like, I actually went and met those fucking tigers.
I did math with a couple of hippies once.
How many's a couple? Hey, because I don't like judging people for their past. But how many hippies were you hanging out with?
It's only a couple.
All right.
A few.
I knew you had a shady past, but I didn't know it involved hippies. We all have shady past.
When I say crack, I mean limits.
Some people just go straight to prison with only fucking real men, and they don't hang out with any long hairs their whole life. Sorry, long hairs. Man. Hey, my Kelly Trapuka is kind of coming in there in the back.
Looking hard. I can see it. I can see it.
I can do about it, really.
I'm with it.
Man,
I want a little recess in the front this time.
One of these days, I'm going to jinx myself, man. Hey, if you were a rapper, would you date the mayor?
Questionable.
Okay. If you were a voter, would you want your mayor drunk in the club? That's a trick question because the people already spoke and they didn't want that. So I was super resentful because I was the mayoral candidate up in the club that was drunk, and Ted was presented as an alternative to a drunk mayor, right? Like, don't have a mayor that's going to be up in clubs, and don't have a mayor that's starting fights. And
I feel like if you were going to let people paint all over shit, you would at least have them finish the painting.
I can't believe how bad Ted has ruined this city in just like 4 years. Yo, G, it's like a monopoly board. Like, check it out, man. When I was running for mayor, you would see dome tents, right? And you would see sometimes collections of dome tents in these little clusters, right? But then while Ted has become the mayor, it's like going from monopoly houses like to monopoly hotels, right? Like, if you get enough little green houses, you can just put a tarp over them all. Just put a red tarp over them all. And now Portland is like just become a monopoly board for just red dome tent mini houses with just courtyards in the middle for burn barrels. And it's so crazy to think that all those people could just be put on some little chunk of city property and just given the tiniest bit of oversight, and they could live this happy ass life. It's fucking mind blowing, man. It's just led into decay. And every time those people try to establish themselves, the police come and disrupt them and arrest them and throw their shit in a dumpster and take them downtown. And then they get released from downtown. And they got nothing. They got nothing. And then they're like, hey, you got a cigarette? And everybody's like, man, while I was every downtown, I was asking for cigarettes. Because everybody downtown just got out of jail and ain't got no fucking money because the cops took their rollies and threw them away. Right? Took their medicine, took their ID. Motherfucker ain't got none. All he's trying to ask you for is a cigarette. Man, I wonder what value people get out of this show. They're like, I love your show. I'm like, why? You fuck, I just sit and just talk shit.
Because
Hey, but
people
for real.
like to talk a little bit of shit. Real quick, what I was going to say is I watched a crazy, intricate YouTube video the other day where they made like a
Fake person?
cement burning wood stove. Insane. They put it in a bucket and then they kind of freaking put the cement in there. Then they put a thing down the middle. Then they filled the cement all the way around. Then they pulled that out so that it had a hollow middle. Then they made a top for it. They put it on, flipped it over, put logs in it. Boom. Went freaking up to Northeast the other day, right off of Interstate. They built the exact same one. They must have seen the same YouTube video. Amazing. Gigantic wood burning stove made out of freaking solid concrete. And they'll build another one. As soon as they get to the next spot.
Man, the ingenuity of humans is pretty dope.
YouTube really hooks it up too. Man, you can.
But man, so's the ingenuity of animals, though, right? And the ingenuity of plants. We like to be like speciesists, kind of, and we're like, oh, humans are cool, or we should have domain over that species just because. I can't wait till all the plants turn little shop of horror. Fucking somehow the monkeys get robotics so they can build legs for sharks, put little goldfish bowls on the top of sharks' heads and give them guns and shit so they can kill us, right? But
I see you as a Rick Moranis.
What?
I said I see you as a Rick Moranis type.
If you say that really fast, that sounds a lot ruder. I don't even know. Just all those phonetics and consonants. I see you as a Rick Moranis. Like a what?
Rick Moranis is a great guy. Dude, man, he had a hard life. That was unfortunate.
What a dick. Rick Moranis is cool, man.
You know what happened to Rick Moranis?
He went to jail for shrinking his kids, right?
No, his wife died and he had to quit acting and take care of his kids. It was actually completely the opposite. It's terrible.
You mean the same shit that happens to every person on the planet happened to Rick Moranis?
Yeah, and you wouldn't
because
a celebrity.
Rick Moranis was in Ghostbusters too. That's just supposed to hit us harder.
Well, does that mean that you feel any less worse for Rihanna just because domestic violence happens to everyone?
Here's the question: is Rick Moranis going to get canceled now because in Ghostbusters 2 he said the black guy was a big problem for everybody? He was like, hey, the black guy's a big problem for everybody. Like, oh man, I can't believe Rick Moranis just said that in the courtroom.
So back to what people are getting out of this show.
Like, here's what's crazy is they would have probably really cared that Rick Moranis said that if the Scolari brothers wouldn't have busted out of the courtroom right after that, right? Oh no, it's the Scolari brothers. And they just start flipping over benches. And Rick Moranis is like, I was just about to say the N-word, right?
Saved by the Scolari brothers. I always like Vigo the Carpathian.
That's the value you get out of this show, man.
I always like Vigo the Carpathian. That was my dude. He had a whole Red Sea of anger underneath him. He was just brewing anger. That's how I feel inside. Just a river of anger.
Dude, he goes, give me a child. And the other guy's like, a child. And he shoots him with the laser eyes. Man, I swear I watched that movie 100 times.
That guy was straight creep, man. That guy was the original creep. The dude was all the child. Who was that dude?
Yannick. Or Giannis. He goes, would you like to maybe go out with Giannis sometime? And she's like, very nice, Giannis. Oh man, yeah, he's just like, bring me a child. He's like, what? He goes, what? And he shoots him with the lasers. And he goes, his eyes turn red, remember? He goes, a child.
A child. It's a lot like Joe Biden.
Look, man, this is why I tell people they shouldn't watch too much television because then they end up wasting their life, like me worrying too much about Ghostbusters too. Right? When you should be studying Kung Fu. Like, bro, that's all I want to do with my life. Please don't tell my kid what dad did. Tell dad's dead. Let him know now it only messed with his head. Just tell him Jess was a weird-ass dude trying to walk around the world barefoot doing Kung Fu. Right? That's all a person should ever do. Like, you get to choose. Do you have a staff, a sword, the 3-pronged nunchuck that you just go, or you can make the triangle around somebody with it, or do you just have like the long staff with the ribbons on it? but with the little spear point. Like, how is your kung fu? Why don't we live in a world where we can do that, where we can just walk around just murking each other? Instead, we're just posted up waiting to die, just consuming, just disgusting milkshake slurping, just have a little mouse living inside the crack between our double chins. It just peeks out every once in a while, steals a little crumb of bread, hides back in our shit. What is this? What we're meant for? Bro, do you know there's monkeys that just live in fucking like 15 minutes from the parking lot? Like, you could just drive to this parking lot and there's fucking monkeys. Sorry, church kids. You don't believe in monkeys anyways. Those are your ancestors. All right, man. I just got canceled by the church kids. I can feel it.
We circle back to how underrated that Bobby Brown song was in Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, please.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control.
Gotta take control. Gotta take control. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. They call the Ghostbusters in to get control.
That was, man, just hot all around.
Yo, man, there's a lot of shit I could have complained about today, but man, I just ain't really feeling it, man. That's not the energy I'm trying to put forward. And I apologize to anybody, man, who might have got a little betwixt by my outpouring of melancholy energy yesterday. I'll go delete that here in a minute. Hey, if you got something to say, Dirty, you got 1 minute because we're really trying to slide out before the hour. Plus, we got the new outro today. Oh, shit, they ain't ready for the new outro. Oh, don't forget, kids, fake fucking Crocs because you will fall in love with real Crocs and nobody is about that life, really. Okay, don't forget. Hey, kids, you don't need a mullet on your head if you got a mullet on your heart or a pair of these sick mullet custom UV polarized fashion eyewear for the sophisticated man with a mullet. And don't forget, Unblocked. Whoa, they say we never seen Dirty Black and Dirty Digital on the same show. Puerto Rico. Don't forget, I solved the mystery of Noah's Ark for you a little bit ago. Really nothing rhymes a little bit ago, but archipelago. So you're just going to have to deal with that. I don't know what this picture is, but it's relevant. Oh, they're trying to make beer for dogs. If you let your dog drink something made by Anheuser-Busch, you need your dog taken away. Please take away the spider bite, Jesus. And I just want to tell you something. A lot of people ask me if I've seen the Tiger King. So I'm going to show you this only for people who wrote it out to the end. I've never seen the Tiger King, but boom, what, son? Yo, we really get down around here. We don't talk about it. We be about it. Tell them, Dirty. 30.
I've never seen the Tiger King, and let the people live, man. India just banned cryptocurrency, or they're trying to. Don't let them.
People live in India.
Live.
All right. So for those who missed the old outro, because we had to drop it because we were on so many platforms. Shout out to Paulie Thank. Yo, for the new outro. You know it's time to go though. Gotta go though. Gonna die like a dodo. I don't know though. All right, no hobo.
All day. Every day. I was gonna win. All day. I was gonna win. I'm a champion, shining like a diamond. Call me Rocky, Muhammad Ali. On your box of Wheaties, Earth Cutter, Ed Magazine. Second place, Mike. What you mean? You a buster. What you mean? More Memphis. No thing. More Memphis. No three things. Win.